He's right there. Check. Can't see him. Just can't see him.
CC16. Ready? I got 3. 1, 2, 3.
And welcome back, Jay Whitaker. He'll be moderating today.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Y'all already know this man. Who's this man right here?
John, what's going on, man? How you doing? Take your seat.
Thank you, guys. This is rather overwhelming. I'd like to thank Salt Lake Comic-Con for having me here today. Of course, I'd like to thank you all for coming out to Salt Lake Comic-Con, because without you, this is just an empty big room, so thank you for the energy. All of this, it's amazing. I don't always get to do this sort of thing, and I think what can be special about today and what's special about this experience, especially for you people who are coming here today, is the fact that you get some candid time with me. It is very rare that I can do candid situations like this. I will do my best to answer absolutely any question you may have. It's an honor to be here. It's even more of a privilege to be able to speak to you guys. I have 45 minutes and 15 seconds, and I would like you to get the most of your experience. So without further ado, I don't want to waste any of your time. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to give you guys answers. There we go.
Hi, this is Tony. He would like to know what your favorite match is.
Tony, that's a great question. I get asked that a lot, and my answer is always the same. My favorite match is always my next one. Yes! Yes!
Hi. What is your favorite meme of yourself?
I guess the meme that says, it's a picture of me and says, no more John Cena memes, please. I kid. I don't quite understand the whole thing. I'm truly thankful and grateful that the internet has made me the butt of all these jokes. So, thank you, internet, yet again.
Hey, John.
What's going on?
I'm Michael Lee from Smithson, Maryland. My question is why did you drop your wristband at SummerSlam?
That's a
Shots fired. Shots fired.
That's a very good question. That has a. It's all right. Trust me, I've been called much worse than AJ Styles. That actually has a lot of significance and was a very important piece of symbolism. Unfortunately, right now it's just for me, and you're going to have to wait to find out what it actually means.
Hi.
Hey!
My name is Leona, and I would like to know, how does it feel to defeat another champion like you?
How does it feel to defeat another champion? Well, when you do that, you actually win a championship. So it's really nice, unless it's that weird red belt that they just debuted that not a lot of people like. I kid, the red belt would be nice. But no, it always feels good to defeat another champion, because that means you win the championship.
I'm on. Oh man.
You're on.
Yeah, you're on,
I'm
buddy.
Jared. I was wondering if you can try on my WWE Championship belt and show the fans that you're looking forward to being a 13-time WWE champion.
Yes. Well, that is a great request, but it comes with a bit of sacrilege, because if I were to try that on, I would say that I'm going to become a 16-time champion.
Yeah, see, it's your stats. Gotta know your stats.
And that record is held in very high regard by people from the nature boy Ric Flair. So until that moment actually happens, if it ever happens, I'll wait and save that significance for that moment.
Hi.
Hello.
I was wondering, since you're one of my favorite memes, what your favorite meme and why?
I saw a Dave Chappelle one where there was a skit where he's a junkie and he's got like drugs all over his face. And he's looking up and just the caption is, "Y'all got any dank memes?" That's my favorite one.
Hi, John.
Hey,
How's it going?
right now it's going pretty well.
Sweet.
How about you, man? How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Doing pretty good?
Yeah.
Hanging in there?
Is that your question?
Yeah.
No. Fire away.
If you were to have any superpower right now, what would it be?
Well, I've mastered the power of invisibility, so there's that.
It's just a meme.
I honestly, that's a great question. I think I would want to find some sort of teleportation device so I could be more places at once and do more things. So there's a lot of good going on, and I'm involved in a lot of good, but a lot of that time is just taken up with trying to get from one place to the next. So if I could teleport, that would be awesome.
So wait, John, I got a follow-up question for that. So I mean, are we ever gonna? You clearly fit the part. Are we ever gonna suit up with Marvel or DC? I mean, like it needs to happen. Marvel, cut the check. DC, cut the check, please.
Some good hype manning right there. I appreciate that. Apparently, although I would certainly love to be a part of an animated franchise brought to life, apparently those places can't see me yet. So,
Hey, I was just wondering, how do you like about the WWE Tag Team Champions on SmackDown?
the Tag Team Championship tournament on SmackDown, I think, is a wonderful opportunity. That one tournament kind of encompasses what we're doing in the WWE right now, which we're labeling the new era. And I think it's a fantastic thing. You see a lot of new tag teams and a lot of veteran tag teams. Rhino and Heath Slater, the Headbangers came back last week after a 16-year hiatus. But it gives opportunity to a lot of new teams, and that's what the new era is about. Opportunity for individuals to go out and show them that they can be superstars. So I'm all for the Tag Team Championship on SmackDown.
Well, thank you, John, for being an inspiration to me and my friends and getting us to lift, too. So we appreciate that.
Appreciate it, thanks, man.
Most of all, but I do want to ask you, there's so many different personalities out there in WWE. How do you differ from the John Cena that we see every week?
Now, I woke up in this, I went to sleep in this, I took a shower in this. So it's kind of me. The weird thing about me, and I think this is what's developed such a reaction, whether positive or negative, whether you hear people cheer for John Cena or shout out AJ Styles, is because over the years, I've been on television. There's not an AJ Styles fan who was over there. That's okay. Over the years that I've been on television, I've been on TV a lot. Like it's been 15 years every week, sometimes twice a week, sometimes pay-per-views on Sundays. So unless your character is authentic, it's not believable. And when I started, I was able to use hip-hop as a vehicle to identify with all of you guys. That was only a part of me, and a very small part of me, and a very true part of me, but a very small part. And nowadays, you kind of just get me and who I am. And I think that's why people are driven in such a strong direction where they really like me or they really hate me. There's not a person that's really like, because they get me, and I'm not afraid to be me. A lot of young superstars so badly want to showcase their technical ability, but they are afraid to be identifiable with the audience. I've had moments of success, of failure, of excitement, of humility, and I share them all with all of you guys. And I think that's what makes the connection very special, is because you don't, when it comes to me, yeah, I do have a bright colored shirt, and I change my hat up about every 6 months, but you get me, and it's extremely close to who I am as a real person.
Well, thank you, John, for being an inspiration to me and my friends and getting us to lift, too. So we appreciate that.
Appreciate it. Thanks, man.
question so far.
Oh, thank you.
My name is Dennis Holdaway, and I was wondering at what point in your life did you decide you wanted to have a career such as yours?
The very first time someone said that it was a possibility. I remember graduating from college and not knowing what I was going to do with my life. I moved out to the West Coast just to spite my father, who said I wouldn't make it more than 2 weeks in California before I had my tail between my legs, dragging back home to Massachusetts. And it's weird because I don't know if he was a genius or just, pardon my French, a dick. Because when he said you won't make it 2 weeks, the first thing I did was say, all right, man, whatever, I'm out of here. But he probably said that so I would go and stay and try to do the best I could to make something of myself. So while I was out there literally doing nothing, just holding on to a dead-end job, a friend of mine said that we always used to talk about Raw and Nitro. He said, man, you always talk about this and you're built for it. Would you ever consider trying to be a wrestler? And I didn't know, back in the days, it wasn't very publicized back in my day, it wasn't very publicized on how you could be a wrestler. This is the first invite I'd ever seen to something like that. So I said yes, and as soon as I saw a physical ring that I was allowed to step through to get my feet into, I knew right then that either I would make it a hobby, that I would work my whole life to support my hobby, or I would make it my career.
Hi, so I was wondering, what was your most memorable match?
Well, you know, when it comes down to being most memorable, I kind of leave it in the hands of people like you. I think a lot of people remember the few matches that I had with The Rock, because those were on a really, really big platform. I know that some of the matches I had with CM Punk are quite memorable. There was a SummerSlam match with Daniel Bryan that was extremely memorable. And hell, I'd like to think the match I just had with AJ Styles was pretty decent. I always look forward. The WWE moves so very fast, and its fan base demands new and demands next. So I don't really sit back and look at the matches I've done. I look more towards what I can do and what I'm going to do. So if you ask me, the answer's the same. I look forward to what I'm going to do. But I think, judging by some of the responses, those are probably 3 or 4 names that were pretty good matches for the time.
Hi, so I know you do a lot of stuff for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and that's been really inspirational to me and my best friend, who couldn't be here tonight. She actually introduced me to WWE, but I was just wondering what your favorite wish was that you could grant.
You know, being able to meet so many families and be a part of so many great moments. Just being at the finish line of the Wish. I think WWE is a perfect vehicle for Make-A-Wish, because the Wish family gets the entire experience. A lot of times with Wishes, when you meet, let's say, a pro athlete or an actor, and not to take anything away from them, but sometimes it's in a setting where it's not game day or when there isn't a show. With us, they get to meet John Cena, and not the John Cena that's in a suit and tie, like this John Cena, the Monday Night Raw, the SmackDown Live John Cena, and they get to meet me at the event, and they get to be swamped all the latest gear and sit as close to the ring as possible and enjoy the whole scope of everything and meet so many other people that it doesn't just become a handshake and a conversation, it becomes an experience. And the whole experience is designed to provide an escape and provide hope. So the favorite wish or the favorite part about a wish is making it happen. Thank you to anybody out there who's ever done anything with Make-A-Wish, because the miles that are donated, the monies that are raised, the volunteer hours that are given, I am at the end of all that, and I see it, and it's lovely, and it works awesome. So, thank you.
So I know that you're an actor, and you act in a lot of different movies, as well as doing WWE. And I was wondering what it's like to interact with LeBron James, who's a fellow superstar athlete.
You've seen those movies, right? And you still call me an actor? thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that. I didn't get to work a ton with LeBron because we were on different schedules, but I thought, I thought Trainwreck was hysterical and had a cast of extremely funny people being funny. I also think what was great about it is it gave a few people that you would never expect a chance to be funny. Myself, LeBron, like it was really cool to see the whole movie be a tremendous laugh the whole way. But Judd Apatow is a genius for a reason. He seems to find people that are okay with letting loose and just kind of going for it and will do anything for a laugh. So it was a pleasure to be a part of. I didn't get to do much with LeBron, but I certainly had a lot of fun.
I recently ended a YouTube binge on a 6-minute video of you speaking in Chinese as the ambassador to China for WWE.
Yes.
What did you have to do to prepare for that role and your role as representing the WWE in China?
I did nothing that I didn't want to. I went to Shanghai in 2010 and saw the enormity of the city and the entertainment that WWE brings around the world, and China was the last place that we were not. And I began to ask questions of why. And the first thing was that the culture does not relate to our product. And I figured that maybe if one of the superstars spoke the language, that there would be a better connection. And we are about to head back there next week for our first live event on September 10th in Shanghai in Mercedes-Benz. That's awesome. Cheap luck in Shanghai, right? But I basically, whatever little time I had off, I studied Mandarin, and I've been doing that for about 3.5 years now. Thank you to the WWE because they offer second language programs free to all superstars. So I actually think I'm the only one that takes advantage of it. I learned to speak a second language, so that's pretty good.
What other language do you want to speak? What other languages are you interested in speaking?
Right now I just speak Chinese.
It's working. I'm not even sure what he said.
Would you ever verse Roman Reigns? If you did, would you verse him again?
Would I ever verse Roman Reigns? I would love to. And what I'm about to say next, is probably gonna get a little bit of mixed reaction in here. I would love to, because I believe Roman Reigns is a pivotal piece of the future of the WWE. Would I ever verse him again? Heck yes, because if I get to verse him again, that's because I did really good the first time.
My question for you is, out of all the movies that you've done, Daddy's Home, Marine, Trainwreck, which one is your favorite and why?
I dug Trainwreck a lot because they just kind of let me maybe looking back on it, might have showed a little too much of myself. But can't take that one back.
I don't think the ladies disagree.
It was fun because the crew.
Just sip water when it gets awkward.
The crew was filled with funny people, and this was my first time doing something like that, and they could have been really standoffish, but they were all so awesome. And the director was so awesome, and they were encouraging me to like, no, don't worry about if you say something and it's not funny, just go with it. And it made for some really cool, funny moments, and every day I stepped foot on that set, I just laughed myself silly. So when you can go to work and laugh all day and then clock out, it's not really work. So it was fun.
What is your favorite move to do on people?
Any?
You don't need to demonstrate it at all on me at all. I got Obamacare, okay? Coverage is decent.
believe it or not, of all the things that I do, I take the most pride in being invisible. And I'll tell you why. 2 reasons. Because people have actually believed now that they can't see me. It's like that person over there. And because it started out as a joke. My little brother dared me that I wouldn't do it on television. And I said, I'm your big brother, so not only am I gonna do it on television, but you're gonna like it too. So whenever I go like this, that's probably my favorite thing.
How did you win the big show?
Well, I believe, in life, me winning the big show is just me being a better person than he is. I'm kidding, I'm totally kidding. How did I pick him up? I will tell you that I couldn't have done that without the electricity of the WWE audience. Because although he is big, he also carries a certain odor about him. And when you get too close, man, it's like adding an extra 150 pounds to human weight. But when everybody's excited and everybody makes a lot of noise, amazing things happen. And all kidding aside, Paul White, the Big Show, has been instrumental in my success because this is a little bit deep down the rabbit hole, young man. But way back in WrestleMania 20, a lot of people always think that I was like the privileged one and like, hey, he's John Cena, he can do whatever he wants. There was a large opposition towards me, who I was, what I stood for, and Paul White, in his very big and gentle giant ways, stepped up and said, no, this young man has something and I will prove it. And had the guts to step out on there in the middle of Madison Square Garden in WrestleMania 20 and give me a moment that I will never forget. So there wouldn't really be me without people like the Big Show, and I am forever indebted to them. As much as I make fun of them.
How much does he weigh, seriously? How much does he weigh?
It depends on when you ask her. Right now, probably 500 plus.
Well, I see the Instagrams, you squatting like 600, with the...
He's the reason I have to do all that.
Yeah. What's your favorite movie?
What is my favorite movie? That's a good question. You know what? I just saw the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory last night on television. And I forgot how good of a movie that was. One of my favorite movies of all time, something you can't see for at least another 2.5 years, is Blazing Saddles. Trust me, like 8 years from now, watch it, you'll think it's funny because it's always funny. And I think in the realm of movies, and this may also stir up a bunch of controversy, I like the entire package of Star Wars. This is really gonna jab some people, but I like 1 all the way through the end. Because the movie is the most fantastic setting of the story I try to tell every day. The struggle of good versus evil. So I think they did a wonderful job in Star Wars, and I think that is a movie that represents what I try to do on a daily basis.
Are you a fan of any other martial arts besides wrestling?
No, that's a great question, and not really. And I'll tell you why. Because I understand the discipline and the technique. I'm certainly appreciative, especially of the self-defense that martial arts provides to an individual. But WWE is about entertainment. WWE is about giving you, the ticket buyer, the most for your money. WWE is about creating an experience where you can walk into an arena and sit down, and I hopefully you only sit down for a second, because the rest of the show you're on your feet either cheering or booing those you love or those you hate. It is a whimsical, imaginative society that we all kind of share and enjoy. And martial arts is very literal, is very athletic. Although it does have mental and spiritual disciplines, it is showcased in the form of just pure exhibition, where we are more apt to be showmen and show people. And I think that is fantastic, because I'm really just an imaginative kid at heart. So
What's your favorite colored shirt? What you wear?
Well, you know,
I love her.
favorite color shirt. Right now, it would probably be something olive with a pink French bulldog on the front. It's a very nice shirt. Reminds me of a very adorable French bulldog that is waiting for my lovely lady in Arizona called Winston. Second, of course, anything black with red, white, and blue.
When AJ Styles wins that belt from Dean, will you be the one to take it from him?
Say yes, please.
Here we are trying to trumpet in a new era, and you want me to go back and vie myself for the championship yet again. Here's a weird fact. I don't think I've had a championship opportunity for a year and something. I don't know. What I like about that question is the names you put aside from me in that conversation. Dean Ambrose as champion, AJ Styles as challenger. Two guys who have worked their butts off to get to where they're at but are relatively new names in the WWE. And if we are to have a strong future as a company, we need new superstars to step up and excel. And having been in there with both Dean Ambrose and AJ Styles, I will say that Dean Ambrose has his work cut out for him because AJ Styles is pretty damn good.
Hey, my name's Noah Anderson, and my mom wanted me to let you know that she's blind, so she can't see you.
It's solid.
But I was wondering, you do a lot of help to the military. Did you ever think about joining the military?
I did. I told the story about how I got into sports entertainment, and I was literally on the cusp of enlisting for the United States Marine Corps. I had taken the exam to be a California highway patrolman and failed miserably. So the cops didn't want me, and I figured the Marine Corps would take me, but literally the weekend that I was contemplating my decision was the first time I stepped in the ring. So now that I've garnered success in sports entertainment, because I've always had a passion for the military and what it stands for, I always do what I can to try to give back and give those men and women the respect that they deserve.
Hi, my name is Kayla West, and I was wondering, in your wrestling career, who was the hardest person to wrestle?
Without a doubt, Brock Lesnar. Without a doubt, every single second you stand in the ring with Brock Lesnar, you are essentially earning everything you are ever given. He is the most gifted, athletic individual I have ever been able to be associated with.
He's not a pro wrestler now.
Hello. So I just wanted to ask, what's your favorite part of being you?
Man, that's like deep. I have.
We'll get to that.
I have great perspective that anyone can be chosen for my position. That I am where I am, out of hard work, but also out of a lot of luck and a lot of opportunity. And I have great appreciation for that. What's the best part about being me is that I am lucky enough to do what I love for work and call it work. This is gonna sound weird, but I love life because I'm sitting here talking to you guys about life and about really deep personal issues and about what we're doing in WWE and movies and all that stuff, and it's fun. And then when I'm at a WWE event, I get to race down that ramp and be a superhero, and and that's fun. And then when I get to go on screen, I get to tell R-rated jokes, and that's fun. So, the best part about me is to be able to appreciate the fact that I can do what I love and actually call it work.
Hi John, my name's Adam. How do you like to be in the ring?
How do I like to be in the ring? It's where I feel the most comfortable. It's where I feel the most at home. I've had a lot of circumstances happen in that ring that not a lot of other superstars have, and I still always keep a smile on my face because it is truly where I belong and it is where I feel the most at home.
Hi, John.
So you've been working out?
Let's go.
Heard about you first a year ago with the meme. Became a fan after I learned about you and learned all that you do with charity, how you really work to be a role model to your fans, and you're just such a genuinely good guy for the position that you have. What encourages you to try and give back so much to your fans, give back to charities, Make-A-Wish, that sort of thing?
It's not an obligation. It's not like I feel I have to. I do it because I want to. And I think once you reach a level of success in any field, you feel like you want to try to give back. I found a wonderful home at Make-A-Wish where we can make some amazing things happen. And if you talk to a different celebrity or somebody who's had success in their life, they may give you a different charity and say, no, this charity is fantastic. I just love what we do for Make-A-Wish. I love what I'm able to do for the armed forces. And I don't do it because I feel obligated. I do it because I want to. So it's easy to make the time.
So I was listening to Pandora the other day and the album came on.
Oh,
Bars. Oh boy, got bars.
So my question is, are we expecting another album to come out soon? Tired from the rap game.
Every one of you who cheered obviously did not listen to the first one. Those who were quiet certainly probably bought the first one. And for that, I'm sorry. Hip-hop, I'm a huge fan of hip-hop. I really am. Hip-hop still pumps through my heart. But it is a music of the youth. It truly is. It is a rebellious form of art, and it is a music of the youth. And if I did it today, it would be it'd be real weird. It'd be like me standing up here in wristbands and a ball cap and a t-shirt. That'd be real weird. No, there probably won't be another album.
Who are some of your favorite MCs? I mean, like the younger generation doesn't know a lot about the era that we love.
So if you're under 35, this is gonna sound like Charlie Brown's teacher. Brand Nubian, Nas. Jay-Z is fantastic. Eminem is probably the one name you guys know. Black Moon, Black Sheep, Smith & Wesson. Snoop Dogg obviously changed the game. Notorious Big. Like the names can go on and on, right. But I was introduced to hip hop in the mid-'80s and fell in love with it. And I was in a really small town where they just didn't listen to that type of music. And really kind of, it hit stride for me in like 95. So anything between like 86 and 95, I was completely attached to.
Hey John, I'm a big fan. So I watched all of your wrestling, and I watched.
My God, man, where do you find the time?
I watched all of your wrestling, and then I watched you go into like TV shows, like I recently watched the Bread series with you in it.
I was living in a refrigerator.
So, with you being in wrestling, and then like you stepping out into the outside world and getting more involved into kids programs, how did that impact your life?
I guess the same way the opportunity to be a WWE Superstar did. It's just another opportunity to show people what you can do, and hopefully you do well enough where they want to see it again.
Okay, Mike, hi, it's an honor to meet you.
It's an honor to meet you as well.
My question is, I know you worked a lot with Dwayne when you're doing WWE.
Yep.
And I want to know, do you have any stories with you and him?
I do. Would you like to hear one?
Yes, please.
Would you guys like to hear one? Okay, this is the first time I've told this story. So for 2 years, The Rock and I kind of made fun of each other.
Fruity Pebbles!
It got pretty heated, and it got pretty personal. I said some things that were less than nice. He said some things that were less than nice. And I can assure you, in our line of work, there is a gray area where imagination becomes very real, and we were right in the sweet spot of that gray area. Each watching each other's every move and not too happy with the other party. We had a match in Miami at WrestleMania, of which I finished second place, and I'm very proud of that. That's a light way of saying I lost. But we had a follow-up match at MetLife Stadium, and I was good enough to finish first that time. And when I did, I'm well aware of the amount of work that Dwayne Johnson has on his plate, and the fact that he did not need to come back to the WWE. And I talked all that trash many years ago just to try to get him back, because I, like you guys, am a fan of The Rock. So he comes back and stays for the better half of 2 years, only to lose in one of his final matches in WWE. And after the 3 count of the match in New York, we had a moment where we had an embrace, and I said something to him. And there's been a few people to ask me what I said, and my answer is always, well, that's between me and him. I actually told him that he had taken a picture with me when I was an employee at Gold's Gym back in the year 2000, when The Rock was like meteoric, and he didn't need to pay any attention to anyone but people who could possibly do things for him. And here's this low-level employee at Gold's Gym, wowed by the unbelievable personality that is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And I went up to him and said, "Rock, is it okay if we get a picture together?" And he gave me the picture and gave me some advice on how to further my career, and didn't have to do any of that. And now being in the return seat, I understand truly how valuable his time was and how much that meant to me as a person. And I held him close and I said, "You're never gonna remember this, but you took a picture with me in 2000. It helped me stand here today, and if it weren't for you, I wouldn't be here today." And then I thanked him very much for all he's done for the industry and for all he's done for me. And we went backstage and had a shot together in celebration. That is my Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. That's an awesome story.
I was wondering, when did you come up for the "you can't see me" gimmick?
The gimmick.
Thanks, kid. Gimmick.
Like I said, my little brother dared me to. And the reason he did was because when I started, and I was like the ruthless aggression John Cena, this is way before you were born, I didn't look any different than anyone else. And then someone from WWE overheard me rapping and said, "Would you like to do that on television?" And I said, "Yes." But it's not like they just threw me on Raw right away. Like, I wasn't in the big matches. I was still like not even barely on television. And there was a show that was barely watched called Velocity, which I was on every single week. And I didn't take it as like, "Oh, I gotta do this." I took it as like, man, I own that show. And I did. So my brother was like, "You won't do that on television." And I was like, "Well, I own the show anyway, so of course I'm gonna do it." And that's kind of where it started. And now it's become a gimmick. So I'm very happy.
First of all, thank you so much for making wrestling interesting for me and my cousin. We are on opposite sides of the season spectrum. I'm always rooting for you.
Your house must be really interesting.
It is. We always fight when you win. But so my question is, the dog tags you wear when you go to the ring,
Yes.
are they from the movie Marine, or are they from someone in your
No,
family?
I'm one of the very few people that doesn't have a tattoo on his body. And I have a wonderful, no, you don't have to clap about that. I think tattoos are great. I just, my mom would kill me, straight up. She would literally And it would be weird. It wouldn't be like a quick death. I would get stoned. It would be bad. Or grounded indefinitely. So the dog tags have the names of my mom, my dad, my brothers, and Nicole. And I wear them to all the high-profile matches because the plus of doing what I do is I get to travel the world and see a million great people and do some great stuff. The drawback is I don't ever see the people closest to me. So it is a way for me to let them know that they are always in my heart, no matter where in the world that I am.
First of all, thank you for coming to Salt Lake Comic-Con.
I'm having a great time. You guys having a good time?
Okay, as a combat vet, I want to thank you and all your cohorts for what you've done. I got the pleasure of meeting some of you guys when I was in Iraq. My question is, what was the strangest thing that has ever happened to you while you were overseas?
That's a good question. This didn't exactly happen in Iraq or Afghanistan. But on the flight back, because we were in the military transport carriers, we had to stop at the Air Force Base in Germany. And at the Air Force Base in Germany, they have a wonderful officers' pavilion. We made it a lot less wonderful. Because when you get, 40 tired, sometimes cranky WWE superstars, and you land them with like an 8-hour delay, and may or may not be an open bar. Stuff happens. We had a lot of fun in Germany. We had always had fun on those shows, but the trips there and back were especially fun, and we were always very well taken care of, no matter how rowdy we ever got.
Thank you for your service, man.
How you doing, John? There's Jim. Now you're a big guy.
And you're not a doctor, but you did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
There are a lot of intimidating wrestlers. Was there a moment where goosebumps ran, chill up your spine as they walked to the ring?
To me, that moment's all the time. It is. You guys don't see what I see at the events. You really can't see me because I'm literally sitting in a random seat just as one of the fans, or peering through the curtain to try to get a feel for the live audience, or watching backstage on the smallest of televisions as close as I can to the audience to try to hear their energy. And those moments happen to me all the time. When a superstar who doesn't necessarily get a reaction maybe gets an ovation that I didn't expect, it gives me goosebumps. When a match that goes out there and the expectations are low and it exceeds expectations, that gives me goosebumps. When the expectations are high and it comes in way low, that gives me goosebumps. Every single time those trumpets that I have nightmares about sometimes hit and I get to go down to the ring and run and do what I do, that gives me goosebumps. There have been moments where the crowd response is louder for some than others, but it doesn't take away the energy. I feel as if I'm doing what I was born to do because I truly feed off the energy of the people and I'm always aware of what's going on.
Hello, Mr. Cena.
How are you?
Doing well, how about yourself?
Good.
Alright, so, a little nervous. My question is, could you tell us a little bit about what your experience was like the first time that you saw the unexpected video of yourself pop up while you were just browsing the internet?
Yep. Quick impression of me seeing that for the first time.
What's happening? I'm not sure what's happening.
Thank you, Internet, again.
So, what was the hardest part in WWE?
I don't want to say it's not tough, because I love it. I think the hardest part for anyone is to connect with you people, to get you people to develop an opinion on the action of the ring. I think there are some really gifted performers right now. One of them I'll name is like Cesaro, who is a fantastic athlete, but is still struggling to connect with the audience. And once a fantastic athlete can connect with the audience, then it becomes really, really fun. But the toughest part is making you believe in me. And that's what I try to do the best I can every single day.
We got time for like a few more.
Can you see me?
You can't use me because I have poor eyesight. I can't see anybody.
Who is the best person you've ever RKO'd?
That's a great question. People are like, ooh, she said RKO and that's not his maneuver. Wait, watch me move the pieces right in for a checkmate. Randy Orton, because he's the only person I've ever RKO'd. Very, very relevant. And it was out of nowhere, by the way.
So your motto, what is it? So honesty, loyalty, respect.
Yes.
So how did you come up with that?
Well, believe it or not, that is directly borrowed from the United States Armed Forces. They operated with words such as honor, code, and country. And I took honor, code, and country and kind of switched it around to hustle, loyalty, and respect. Because essentially, if you work hard, you stay loyal to the friends, the people that are loyal to you, and you respect everyone, even if they're your enemy, then you will operate at a peak level and do nothing but good things. The red light is here, but like I said, I don't do this a lot. We'll get some bonus time. We'll do a little bonus stuff. We got one right here.
Hi, John Cena.
How are you?
Who's your favorite tag team match? Who's your favorite person with tag team match?
Definitely Shawn Michaels, because we won. So yes, definitely HBK.
Hi, my name is Lane, and I want to know how you learned to wrestle.
How I learned to wrestle? Well, it depends on who you ask. If you ask some people, they'll say I still don't know how to wrestle. So there's that. But I had a bunch of really, really great coaches. I think one that really, really stands out, actually a few. Jim Cornette was one. Arn Anderson was another. Pat Patterson is one of the last ones. And believe it or not, I learned a lot about wrestling from Vince McMahon himself. 4 good coaches. We got one more? Fire away. I have 2 more.
So, I'm a really big fan. I'm a fan of both you and The Rock. I don't know if that's allowed, but...
No, of course it is, man.
So, do you smell what The Rock is cooking?
I do. What day is it today? Is it Thursday?
It's Friday.
Friday? Because Thursday's pancakes day. Friday's, I believe he's cooking a poutine. It's very spicy. So today is poutine day for The Rock. That is what he was cooking. It smells very bayou. You have one more? Oh, I know time is up, guys. You're not the boss of me digital world. There are real people here talking about real stuff, like what The Rock is cooking.
Hi, John. My name is Justin.
Justin.
I have to ask you, what is your everyday car?
Yikes, I guess that would be a bus.
Because I know you have a dope car collection.
Is dope still good? Is that still a good word? Or am I going to be arrested for narcotics? I don't know. Anything fast.
Anything fast?
Anything fast. But I don't drive fast. I always drive the speed limit. That's a lie. I drive fast. That's a good last question.
Thank you.
really appreciate it. Thank you, Salt Lake Comic Con, for having me. And remember, this place does not exist without you. Thank you guys for being